The green line, that's your color of
Yeah.
choice. That's you. Okay. And
Okay.
and this is just a file I started roughly 4 hours ago. So yeah, you're like your progress looks like that. Most people's progress look like a wiggly, squiggly line, just like that. And then their blind shoots up, and then blah blah blah. You don't have any daily scores. You look at the number of questions answered. You like discovered quiz mode here.
Yeah. Before when you told me.
Yeah. And you are steadily consuming the lectures like that.
Yeah.
You are you wrote some notes here, and then definitely increasing, uh, and now tapering off a little bit. That's interesting. Renamed a few shapes. 44. No, that's me. You renamed like four.
Yeah.
And it looks like you've been in the review mode after you do a puzzle and you're staring at the results and taking notes. That's what this is. You've done that seven. You take 7 notes in that stage, and this is how many notes. As far as tools go, you probably don't have that one. Relevant tool. It's
Yeah.
relevant.
No, I don't think so. Or maybe yes.
Yeah, you
Yes.
use it a lot. 45 roughly. Hidden shapes. Nope. Click keeper. Everyone loves the click keeper. Just explodes off the top of the map, and then you don't have that one. Okay, so you've been spending most of your time in puzzle mode. A lot of people like that. No daily explore mode. A good chunk actually. About half the time. Notes you don't, but you have been reading over your notes in note mode. You check it every now and then. That's interesting. You read a lot of the lectures and the extended chats. You spend a lot of time in the level select analyzing what all the stuff does. That's pretty cool. That's a lot more time than you normally see. And this is a stumped review thing. That's how long you've been in there.
I stay longer than usually in the selection level because I uh, there is not always the link between
Hmm.
levels, but when I solve a level that unlock me something new, I try to go around and see what's the next level, and if something that I just learned can be useful in the next level, or if I find something new for a level that I wasn't able to solve before, just looking at the pattern.
Let's take a look at your notes. In the beginning, memorize pattern. If the level is 50% filled, if you have to use a border, leave one ready to be solved. Yeah, there's something I figure out about how nice. It seems like the solution usually involves reproducing. These are nice notes. Remember the 24th of November. This, um, you started to do the solutions here.
Yeah,
No words with the solutions. I see.
I was thinking that the level name was attached to the solution, so I didn't wrote it. After that, I started writing the puzzle name near the solution.
Yeah, it's built into the note, but it's not written in there. Um, I,
Uh,
I, I didn't make a thing where you could see which puzzles it is, but
yeah,
if you go into relevant notes, they pop up.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but even beyond that, writing more than just the name of the shape it goes to, describing something about the process of solving it, maybe something to help remember what the pattern looks like. Just anything more than leaving it blank. A lot of people treat the solutions as like cheat sheets. So they're like, yeah, if I want to remember what the answer is, I'll do this. Um, but just like any other note, the information you attach to it and you write alongside of it is more important, just as important. Um, this goes in Dropbox. This goes Sniper. Nice. Maybe this can be transformed into the Clownboy time. Yeah, maybe. I know this one. What, what is that? That looks like shipping crate.
I think so.
Let
I
me see.
think it's shipping crate or one of the two checkers.
So it was nothing.
You have the wrong cursor. You don't have the cross, the plus.
The note looked
No, it was.
this.
You are playing with the gold. I'm playing with the fake.
Ah,
So you have a
I
different.
I lost my mind, is what you're saying. Very good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice too. Well, I knew I looked like garbage. I'm like, what's happening? Um, Batarang fan blade, cool. So, solved by clicking the four squares adjacent the hole in the cross. That's good. Yeah, you're really coming along. I like it. The tricky. So the more stats you have, obviously, the more interesting questions I can ask. But at this point, it's when you hit a snag that things will really become clear, right? You put in the work, your stats will go up. You'll solve more puzzles. Eventually, you'll get high. But at some point, um, when you're trying to build your enlightenment and mastery levels, like percentages, and fill out the chart, at some point you'll be doing a lot of stuff and not getting a lot of points. And you're like, well, what happened? And at some point, your skills will probably plateau, and you won't be able to do a daily challenge very well. And that's basically when we have a strong enough um, data to do a diagnostic. So yeah, right now
Okay.
it just looks like you're doing a good job taking notes. A lot of people, I had to fight them to take notes. I had to fight. Like this is a considerable amount of notes for this early in the game. It,
Because I don't like too much to memorize, so I say okay, I can print all the solution, and I just need to remember that something similar. I already seen it, and I can go to the notes and see what I need.
hmm hmm
I think is the developer mind, since you can always have Google beside you.
Google is
I
always with
created my
us.
Google library.
Nice. Fire cakes and it's golden. So now I'm base. So in the golden version, um, in the golden version we have we're all making our own shapes. So this whole level select was blank. So my color is purple, and I started filling in these shapes. And then I used the friend feature to find other people's shapes and add them. So light blue is Hayden,
Okay,
gold is Fire Cakes, orange is Akamarak,
cool.
and I just added this color coded thing feature so you can see who contributed what. But this is where the glitch happened. Let's see. Creator Gold Master, cool. Then creator Hayden. Creator Gold Cakes, Fire Cakes, and Akamara. Cool. I didn't lie. Cool. So I need to scoot notes over a little bit and shorten uh, the creator text so more fits on. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, basically, I I I, I use explore mode in. I use it basically like 2 times because I really wanted to give it a try. Some shapes that were always returning on my solution, but I don't know how to solve. Oops, how to solve them. Um, but it didn't work. All the other cases, I'm like exploring during the normal puzzle modes. I don't care if I give like 30 clicks. I try. I try with what I have. Is I see if I see a new pattern that is very interesting, I go exploring the moments.
Okay. Hmm. Hmm. It's interesting. Yeah, I think there's one point where you were trying to solve the axe, and the pickaxe, I think, and
Yeah.
you had saved the solution, but you went back to try to perfect it or whatever, and you didn't
Oh,
put up the click keeper, and you didn't bring up your relevant notes, and either of those would have helped. And you know, I didn't get to see when you solved it or how you've been playing too much today, but it's always interesting to see when and how people incorporate the tools you give them because each one of these tools are designed to help expand your abilities and increase your skills, but they have to be used. And it's amazing how many people fall back into this comfort zone of just like clicking on a puzzle, like just staying here and not using. Why is that there?
I usually do something like this. I open a puzzle, I'll explore a little bit, I see if I able to make sense of it only by myself. If it's not working, I open the click keeper,
Hmm.
and I go back from the start
Hmm. Yeah.
with the click keeper open. And if I see some shapes that seems relevant to me, I open the
Notes.
the
Yep.
relevant note.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, everybody's got a. This is where I was going to ask Marcus questions, but it looks like he's traveling one way or another. But Bleach, you feel like some questions? Doobada doo doobada doobada doo doobada da da dee da doo doo la la la. All good,
Don't seem so.
all good, Bleach. But yeah, there's a couple of people I feel like have gotten close to mastery and haven't pushed themselves over the edge. So you know, through looking at the game and talking to them, I try to pinpoint the exact thing that is holding them back. And Marcus was talking about it earlier today. That's why I kind of wanted to jump on and show him some things. But that's okay. Um, enlighten go.
Right now, I think I started good that I was jumping back and forward to the lesson, the
Hmm.
lecture.
Hmm.
But I think yesterday and today I jumped straight in the puzzle, and I was grinding. I didn't think about the lecture. Maybe basically I forgot about them.
Oh yeah, it's all good. I really did want people to do whatever they wanted, and just feel free.
Yeah, it was strange because before when you said to me, "Oh, there is the
Hmm.
quizzes," and I'm say lecture. Oh, sure, lecture are in this game.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna make it to where you see this the title screen or whatever. I was gonna make it to where um the more time you spent in a mode, the smaller the circle would get, and the less time you spent, the bigger it gets. So eventually, you'd come to the title screen, there'd be a tiny little puzzle dot, and then this huge lecture button, and it's just
Yeah,
like impossible to overlook. But that would have been fun.
yeah, it was a cool idea. This you can not maybe not go so extreme with the dimension, but you can adapt them.
Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, so before Marcus gets back, this is something I'm gonna tweak. First, I'm gonna turn off my fan. Okay, so this is a feature that I built into the game. You don't have it in your version, and it's too advanced for most human beings. But I'm gonna mess around with it for a little bit. So let's see. Let me.
So it shows you it's random pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Target cell at random. Oh, I can't see the final one. That's just some bad programming. So let's see. Let me think about what the gold players were doing. Let me think. So if I go here, make a new method. This one's going to be specifically to help out. Let's start with Hayden. Hayden made a lot of shapes and expanded from the center. He's playing it. He's also doing a lot of work to um, figure out which shapes are impossible to solve potentially. So it's doing a lot of groundwork on the single dot puzzles. So I would encourage Hayden. Let's see what I can encourage him to do. Hayden helper. In help Hayden. What do we want to do? Help him.
Seeing you playing made me want to play again.
Yeah. Let's just say we'll help Hayden recognize. We'll help him get shapes with more lights in. So help Hayden find shapes with many lights. Let's just say that will help him out, right? So we save
Okay.
and we add it. So the goal. This is a series of scripts, scripting system. Oh no! I hate it when it does that. It, I had this problem where I don't know if it's plus one or minus one sometimes, or like if it's included or if I should calibrate for it. And if it's just off by one, it glitches out.
Oh,
So this is in method node list. Method node list line 98. Okay. So we go here. Okay. Hey, Bleach, you back? Bleach,
Yeah,
are you back?
I've been back for a while. I've just been zoning out with really bad headache.
Okay. No question for you. I need to find that bug that just happened. What script is this? Equals obj. Okay. Oh, why? I don't know why. What did the error say? What's wrong with this? OBS makes it so hard to do things. Right now, OBS has some weird glitch where it doesn't have a minimize button on it and it doesn't have a start or an X button. So, like, how the heck am I supposed to minimize this thing? And it's just stuck on always on top. Here it is. This is the screen I was looking for. And Game Maker likes to put its own windows on top when I'm looking for the main Game Maker windows. And this is what it's like to be unorganized. So I need to get people to think about what's going on in their head and the simple things they can do to address that. So I was working on this method shaker. Make a new method. Hayden helper. Save method. Uh, help Hayden find bigger shapes. Save it. Cool. And then we edit this one. We add a node. No. Add a node. So we type in count. Oh no, I did it again. Let's see. This thing is an unknown variable. Node column. This is annoying. So somewhere in the line, node column is not being created. So let's just try that. So I was gonna make a script, and then have it look at the board, and whenever the board has a large number of lights, to make a sound effect, right?
Okay.
And um, and if Hayden runs this in the background while he's normally doing his stuff, why? You saying I coded incredibly sloppily? Yes, I did. And if he's and I kind of want to make this tool to help him break out of his current way of doing things. I need to help other people switch up their strategies too. So I might do a thing. Count. Okay, count lights. Oh, Okay, then it doesn't work. How about that? You happy? You happy feature that I don't know how to fix because it's just a UI bug. It's so annoying. It's trying to count the number of things that are in the column so it knows how many more it can scroll down. For whatever reason, I don't know. So we'll just say scan for a known pattern. Cool. Okay, so now we'll add a note and we're just going to say count the lights. Cool. When we count the lights, I forgot how my own system worked. But if this is true, it's going to play the next node and we're going to say count the lights. And then we add another one and say hmm, well, it's count the light. Then we want to play a sound effect. If I type something in here, it's going to glitch.
Hmm?
If output is another. So we count the lights. It's going to look at this one and say like, what is this output? And what we want it to be is a minimum of 18 lights, right? Boom. If this is true, we want to, let's go ahead and save this. If this is true, we want the next node to play a sound effect. So that's hopefully right. Yep. Why you do this? Variable out of range. Okay. But then you look for and then you look for the node that says play a sound effect, and then oh, UI is just so annoying, and I don't know why it's breaking. Because I made it poorly. Be quiet. But it was a neat way to turn the kind of advice I would give to someone into a tool that they can turn on and off. Right. So if output, yep, great. That's not it either. It's always out of range. Why is it only doing that with this? Right. Let me count plus no page. Plus. Is it saying that no page isn't a? But why would it be working up until the end? I just think it's getting out of bounds. Total values is 49. The temporary stat count is 6. Okay. So temp stat count needs to be factored in here somewhere. So if this is less than temp stat count minus make count, it's 0. How many is already made? Temp stat count. Temp stat total values Hmm. It may need to be like a -6 or something. But this is cool. Uh, yeah. So the hard part is how things work is pretty simple. How people think things work gets really complicated. And even when somebody has a way of thinking that works, they may not be working it correctly. All kinds of little bumps and reasons, right? So like creating a machine that they can insert into their brain that helps them organize, straighten things out, delete things, see new things. Like that is what these tools are essentially. Hard part is it's harder for the tools in this game to know what's in people's heads because it's a highly customized space. Um,
Yeah, it's something that you usually do with machine learning if you want all this degree of freedom and adaptability.
mhm. So one of the reasons why it's hard is well, so in either case, meeting people halfway. If people meet the system halfway and then the system meets them halfway, they cover more ground, right? If
Okay.
the more that people kind of work with how the system works and the more the system takes in input from the user, the better. So this is an indented node, and we're going to say pick sound effect 1 and exit. So now it's going to count the lights, and if the thing is there, it's going to do that sound effect. Save X, and we're going to run that on the Overwatch. The Overwatch takes a program and runs it every turn. Uh, it runs it every turn for you. So if I do this, it just ran it, and the output is 4 because there's 4 lights, right? You do this, you're getting closer. You're supposed to ignore it. Ooh, that's a squid from Splatoon. Nice. I'm sure Bleach will love that one. Right, and we said 18's the number. Here we go. Not quite, and well, that's the number. Is it not even okay? So is it if it's not even running it because it's off the screen? That's some weird um, bug. But I'm just gonna add some notes to the bottom of it just for fun. So target cell at random and target cell at random. Okay, good old bugs.
Are the lectures in Enlighten Gold supposed to have dialogue? Because
No, the so it I stripped all that out for the most part. Here's your screen. Let me try this. You just need to get through lecture 0 and lecture 1 to unlock puzzle mode. I'm just putting it on the screen now. Cool. So this Hayden helper needs to be working. Do it. Overwatch. Run it. Hayden helper. There we go.
It's time to murder the switch.
Count lights. If output.
Time.
Huh.
It's time to use my friend
Oh, oh, you mean me use your friend code or?
Yeah, the friend code that you give me. Just friend code.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's supposed to be playing this sound, and what I like about this is I wanted people to be able to try new.
It's cool to go over the notes of just because he's screening my same shape that I'm not able to resolve.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So what I like about this is you can click this at any time, and it'll do whatever it says. So I wanted people to be able to shift into new strategies and new mindsets, but half the time it's that's like a really fuzzy feeling for them instead of something really concrete. So I built the system to where like, hey, count the lights. You can count the lights. So can this. Boom. Hey, check out how many there are. If it's 20, go here. Hey, feedback. This is what it's supposed to sound like if there's over 20.
You're streaming on Twitch, right? Right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, was I not? Yeah, I wasn't streaming anywhere else, wasn't I?
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Pop out. Pop out. Where are you? Pop out.
If go to node for back, it's just supposed to go forward. Maybe this is it.
One.
All right, Zero. Any questions?
Yeah, where are all the puzzles?
They're in your head. You must add them yourself.
Oh,
But first, you must make
Oh.
notes.
first what?
You must make notes. There's a feature in the original enLIGHTen where you can add puzzles from the notes that you save.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
Something wrong?
No, I got what I was, what I was missing. Thank the notes.
So are you streaming right now?
Yeah,
Are you playing?
on YouTube. Did I
YouTube.
put the link or not?
I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
it's on everything else.
oh, so I'm the one who's wrong. No. Okay, cool. Go to the explore. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Hmm. Hey, is this normal? I only clicked it one time, but it made this shape.
Yes, that's gold. Enlighten
Oh,
gold.
so this is like a different version
Yeah,
of Enlighten?
it's
Like,
it's
it
it's
plays differently?
it's like if you could play Enlighten again without knowing all the stuff, you'd be reset. So this is your reset. It's a brand new. Everything is different. Well, the rules are different. Therefore, the whole game is different. And now it's up to you to be able to learn the game. But you don't have any puzzles given to you this time, so you got to make all that yourself. click the arrow again. Whenever you make a two-click puzzle, it or a one-click puzzle, it saves it as a two-click, so you just have to solve it again to fix it. Yeah, there you go. It only affects two-click puzzles for whatever reason. Don't mess with that. That's gonna break you. Hmm. Lights per row. 4. feature that, I mean, it's not working, but it makes me that after you start making these different Overwatch systems and you're building out things to help yourself see differently and alert yourself to stuff. Then at any point when you're playing, you can be like scan the entire history of what I played and it'll calculate whether or not this conditions were on any of the
Cool.
turns. So if you're ever just like, did I do that? And you're like, I'm 100 turns in. I don't want to go back. You're like, this is like, okay, click it. There you go. Except for it's not working at all. I can't get a single conditional to work. Hit save. Is it zero? You hit save
Yeah.
after you hit save after you paste it in. There you go. What does that say?
Uh-oh.
Hold on, let me zoom in. Doesn't error in object mobile grid maker undefined value at step zero, line one. All right. Let me check. I don't know why that's happening when people load in the friend data. Step A1. You might need to delete the friend file in your It's gonna be tricky. You have to boot it back up, delete the friend code from enLIGHTen, and then uh, save and quit, and then you'll have to delete that file out of your. Go ahead and boot back up and wait on the title screen. You can close that, yeah. Hmm.
So what do I do now?
Boot back up, and I'll help you delete the friend code so that it doesn't break when you enter puzzle mode. All right. Thanks for playing. Oh, so go to yeah. So go to the Beta Gold Master. Click that one. Then click Delete Friend. Then I think you need to. Then I think you need to. I think you need to quit and boot back up so it doesn't load. But before you quit, yeah, you got it. Yeah, it's
And guys,
later.
bye.
It's so weird. I have to see if the other gold players also it breaks when they go in because it doesn't break for me, which is annoying. Um, that I can't test it. Click here for puzzle. All right, so uh, go to my thoughts real quick, and then click. Okay, you don't have a friend thing. Okay, so when you go into puzzle mode, it shouldn't break. You should be good now. No, what? Why? So I think you have to find the folder in your local, in your app data slash local, and then delete the friend file. There's a file in enLIGHTen 8 Gold that says friend, and you need to delete that one. Because half the fun is using that file to get everybody's notes and puzzles in there, but I don't know why it's not working. I don't understand. Is it. Why?
Sorry, I had to leave for a moment.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Oh yeah, just I think you have to go into the folder that has your save for enLIGHTen 8 Gold and delete the file that says friend.
Okay.
Console lights if output feedback. Okay, so it's playing it off the screen. If works. Feedback note just needs to be indented. Okay, so you have zero friend files now. You have good. At least that worked. Oh, um,
Can I remove puzzles from the puzzle
n-
mode?
no.
We have two identical ones here somehow.
Yeah, it doesn't stop you from uploading the same one twice. So now you just have to live with it. This whole thing has just been an experiment for this week. And the names of the invisible things off screen, or that from the original puzzles, unless you type in arrow, like type in arrow, it should take you to the one you just put in.
I want to rename this to Dart.
Oh, you can rename it just by clicking on it and then clicking the rename tool on the top right. Or no, I mean, go back to the level select and then click the rename tool. It's on the top toolbar. And then, what did that say? What does it say?
It says you cannot rename this yet.
Oh, interesting. I don't think it lets you rename puzzles that are one click. But let me see if I can fix that feature. That's interesting. Let's see if toggle is 0, if DS grid toggles this. So if the LS sign is greater than 1, I don't need to check for that anymore. And if LS sign is not 0, so I don't need to check for this. Alright, I'll have that fixed later. Just keep moving on for now. I don't even know how you would delete a puzzle from your thingy. How would you even do that? So the output didn't check any of that. So oh, I was gonna check for the conditionals myself. Here we go. It just says if output, and then it has two bumps: feedback node, feedback node. I wonder if I broke it. The Overwatch is a little different now. You won't be able to use it. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know why this is not working. Minimum number of lights 5, maximum 15. Go if go to node 1. Save. Overwatch. Run it if conditional. Oh my gosh. that could happen. Count lights. Count the number of lights. Unknown output. If output. Count the lights. If output, then we're gonna do output. If output is this, we're gonna add a note. We're gonna say target cell at random, and we're also gonna say apply click. Apply click. If the output is somewhere in between, let's say 0 and 10 lights, save, close this, add the shaker, run it, run it. It passed on the indents. So, passed. output for node type is count the lights. Output for node type is 2. So success for node type is 0. If output, let's just put a breakpoint here. Run the game. Play the game. There you go. There we go. If output. Okay, it's definitely seeing that. Let's see if it's getting here. I don't even know how to get this to do trigger a breakpoint. What do you think, Zara?
What?
Hmm. I've never seen the big L like that. What's your overall strategy here?
I don't really have one yet. It's hard to wrap my head around the asymmetrical cursor.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's the overall goal here
Yeah, the
for this game?
oh yeah, so the idea is the whole point of playing enlighten is to be a little bit more aware about how you learn and develop better practices. And a lot of times people get through the first game and they go like, "Oh, I did so many things wrong, blah blah blah," but you can't really go back and replay the first game because you've already learned it. So this was a chance to give people an opportunity to see what they do when they start with a clean slate. No puzzles, no notes, different game, and see what they gravitate to, what they use to get unstuck, what method they use to kind of guide them into getting to as close to mastery as possible, as fast as possible. So you have most of the tools available to you right now. The daily challenge doesn't work, and I'm probably wasting my time trying to fix this thing that only I know how to do anyway. So I just might as well just turn this off. But the idea is, yeah, like if you had another shot at it, like a lot of people didn't write notes at the beginning of playing Enlighten. So with Enlighten Gold, it'd be their opportunity to do it right, kind of a thing. But it's also a chance for you to let us know what you think held you back the most the first time through, and what are you gonna do about it potentially the second time through. If int output 11. Method shaker. Variable to hold the output. Currently processing nodes. So, like, what is your problem? Ah! Method shaker. Where are you, shaker? Object overwatcher. Output 11. Currently, the output is 11. If that script takes this output, is it pulling the output from like a different? It didn't work either way. So look, the output's 11, and 11 should be what goes into the system. Output 11. If I click if output, output for node type. Node type ID. It's saying it's -1. When is this thing set? A lot of times. Not too many. Node type ID equals widget click step library. My method grid. Okay. My method grid. Hmm. Hmm. So the click keeper breaks if you ever scroll backwards. So as long as you start off normal and then keep clicking forward, the click keeper will be accurate. But as soon as you scroll backwards, it'll break. So my methods grid. Let's see what that's doing. 3, 4, 47, 1, 5. Hmm. What do I want to do here?
Is this what you were talking about with the click keepers not working right?
Yeah, so in order to save a solution, you'll have to go to the Explore mode, and I actually allow you now to save it from the Explore mode.
Okay.
S- Yeah, because here it just doesn't work, and it's a weird reason why it doesn't work. So yeah, but yeah, if you go in Explore mode, punch in the solution, and then go to Note, and then click Solution. It should be, and then you have to type in the name of the puzzle because it doesn't know. So hit space, hashtag, yeah, hashtag Z, and hit space. Yeah, you hit space to complete. That's good. Then you hit save, and that should be about as good. Oh So this is a Japanese theme. So does that mean it comes from some kind of samurai setup? Oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this one. Nope. Reverse spider bite is basically the boop boop. The itsy bitsy? Is it really going to itsy bitsy? The itsy bitsy's got it. Oh my gosh, who put this trash in? Just kidding. It's gone fishing. It actually looks pretty cool. But if we do our thing right, we can create a system like that. And if we do that, yeah, let's go. If we double trace, one, two, three. I think I've seen Zara do this one. Yep, thanks Zara. Free answers. Scary monster eyes. I think this was basically a routine check. So like, and then let's go. Large plug. That is not large plug. Oh no. Everything's starting to fall apart. Well, since it has radial symmetry, let's just go ahead and duplicate everything on both sides. No, no, no. I don't know how to manipulate that. Eh. Shuttle crab. I did not even practice that one, but thank you, Hayden, for ruining my life. 52. Woo! Take take it where you can get it. Let's say. Well, nice job on the mirror recognition and the way you pulled out the other strap that I can't remember. I'm just gonna give myself a thumbs up for that. Oh my gosh. Convert white whale. Whew, I am not ready for that. So unlock puzzle layer 7 to play. Let me know if you have the Twitch stream open, Zara. I'll show you what it looks like if the master file was working. Or I can just stream to Discord.
I'm opening Twitch.
if toggle equals 1, so you just need to set what sets toggle in the daily buttons. What sets you off toggle? Nothing. Toggle? I need the index for. Ooh, has it not been trans? It hasn't been translating my thoughts the whole time. Wow, that was the worst stream ever, but that's okay. Inactive hover. New icon done it. Pre-create. D room. Okay. Button index. So button index is 4. So this says I don't know what prevents me from clicking on it. Instant create event daily buttons right here. When this creates the buttons, it does so in a loop with the number of menus, and it puts the text down and it gives it a button index, but that's about it. Daily button maker. All it does is set the index and the whatever, so everything else is in the daily buttons. Button index. What happens with pre-create? Button index equals 2. Okay, so this is what we don't want, you piece of trash. We just need to check how many puzzles have been added. So all I need to do is No, I don't want to check that. We're just not gonna. We're just not gonna do it. So that fixed that daily. You can play that whenever. 1 and 2 don't seem to work still. So it's using the wrong cursor. Still. It's generating the puzzles using the wrong cursor still. Random. Random click creation. Now check and toggle the tiles adjacent to the click tile. That's supposed to be determining its. Let's just toggle some breakpoints.
Hey Richard,
What's up?
if I make a note for like a certain way to manipulate the lights that I want to be able to use for different puzzles, but I want to basically look at it whenever I want, would that be what type of note would that be?
If you want to, if you're trying to get it to pop up in relevant notes all the time, is that what you're trying to do? Or you're probably
I want
just.
to make a note that I can view at any time when I'm solving any puzzle.
That's a good question. The way the relevant notes works is it has to match. So there's no way to have a note pop up on the side at any time. So you'll just have to set it as a tip or something, and yeah. That's interesting though. I might be able to make that feature. Because it really just sorts out a whole bunch of things that don't match, but if I can add one more condition where like a perma note or something like that. Perma note for relative or relevant notes. Okay. Okay. Let me think. Random click creation. let's just see what the heck's happening here when we toggle a breakpoint. And then wait, I'm on stream. Look what you did to me. Could have been worse, John. That could have been a lot worse. I could have been like, okay, that's enough. Okay. In the kitchen? She's just.
Yeah, it's her cooking stream.
How do I delete notes
She's about to make
or edit them?
Thanksgiving dinner.
If you clicked on method, there's no way to delete them. But if normally you can just click on them right here. Just click on a gray one, a light gray one.
What about the dark gray ones?
I'm gonna have to add that then. No, you can't do the dark gray yet. So let me see. Edit dark gray notes. You delete and save if you want to delete it. Do you see my screen, Zara?
What?
Do you see my screen? Should I show you real
Oh,
quick?
sorry, I'm only looking at mine.
Let me broadcast it on Discord real quick. Right here, this you can't untoggle full screen once you're in it, but you can tab alt tab out. But yeah, if you had the if the master friend file worked for you, it would populate your game with all these different shapes that everybody else has been making, color coded according to whoever put it in, and you'd be able to expand on the kinds of things that you have really quickly. Not to mention you'd have some notes that you'd have access to everybody's notes. See that? My color is purple, Fire Cakes is gold, light blue is Hayden, reddish orange is Akamarak.
What if I pick the same color as someone else?
It's just a color, but ultimately these are all notes. I don't know who green is, but yeah, when you click on the notes, you can just go to more stats and it shows you Hayden. Hayden made this one. He made it 0.81 hours in, and these are some other random stats. And also when you click on their stuff in the level mode, you can see Hayden on the top right. Why does it cut off his name? For fun? For fun. So, depending on what kind of strategy approach you're looking for, it looks like you're. Show me your puzzle, or it looks like in your puzzle select you're going for an explorative style. You're starting in one place, you are exploring out from that place, trying to get a good sense of what's happening, extracting a few rules, making a few notes of things, and it kind of goes slowly from there. It looks like some of the puzzle shapes that you've inputted nobody else has, like the what do you call that, fleet and zigzag. Nobody else has. So when I update the master file, those are gonna be in the collection, and everybody gets to see. So it's interesting. You can explore in any direction you want. But if the ultimate goal was to do really well on the dailies, right, you would have to, from what I imagine, start developing some heuristics, some strategies, some methodologies that are a little bit more general. Uh, I'm not sure if you ever got used to the hashtagging system from playing your first time through, but on mine, you can see here, like my thoughts, not my thoughts, my process. Every time you make a hashtag, it goes in the list, and you can come to this list specifically and click on it to define it. And when you define it, you can select puzzles to go into that group if it belongs in that group. Right, like this, you can unselect them and save it. The process of coming up with these on your own ways of looking at the puzzles, understanding it on a conceptual level, and then organizing the data, like all the puzzles to fit into those groups that you made. It's just one step in this sort of process. So the idea was this is where you develop your strongest tools by over time developing hashtags, defining them, organizing them, and then comparing them to other hashtags in order to draw some broad insights about the game. That was the idea. But so all the other gold players so far have not gravitated towards spending a lot of time with their hashtags. They're all exploring. Like, they're all figuring out stuff. Everyone's doing it slightly differently, which is pretty cool. But I'm just curious to know, like, if people had any specific thoughts on last time I did this time I will do this. Last time I didn't do this soon enough, this time I'll do this immediately. That kind of a thing.
Well, so I actually got my method for the original enLIGHTen,
Mm-hmm.
and I posted it here in Discord
Okay.
last March.
Okay.
Step 1, solve the puzzle. Good step. Step 2, if step 1 fails, merge all lights row by row into the floor. So basically I would move all the lights down as far as possible. And then I would solve the remaining shape. And if if I couldn't do that just immediately, then I would click a corner of the wall to add more lights.
Yep.
Like an unusual amount. And I would just keep doing that until I'd figure out a solution. And one thing I noticed is that with that method, I could always compress the lights, but sometimes they'd end up in a very weird, tricky pattern where there's not a lot of lights, but then it'll take like 13 clicks to get rid of them all. But if I could find solutions for those and memorize those solutions, then I could basically solve any puzzle algorithmically.
Correct. That's
So I was thinking, could I do that in this version of enLIGHTen? And I think I can, because so like if I want to compress all the lights into the top, for example, then I could click any of these 5 bottom spots, like here for example, and move all the lights up.
Yep.
So basically, I can not only compress all the lights onto one row, but then I could do these algorithms to manipulate just that one row. So, what was that from? So yeah, if I click here, bottom of this, right here, then I can basically just by moving that around, I can change everything on the top row. But
Nice.
if I click here instead,
And then chase it all the way down. Okay. Normalize. Cool. It'll eliminate those
then
two.
only these two lights change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So basically, I think with that I could essentially create a method that would allow me to compress any puzzle into essentially one row,
Mm-hmm.
which would make it a lot simpler.
Mm-hmm. Did you d- read about that technique anywhere, or did you come up with it on your own?
Uh, I pretty much came up with it on my own, yeah.
That's cool though. Yeah, that's an approach that other people have not been using. Firecakes did something similar, but it wasn't about
I mean, what makes the game, non-trivial is the fact that your clicks aren't all the
efficient.
same.
Yeah.
Like if they're on the edge or the corner. And this version is interesting because the asymmetric cursor, like even if it's on the wall, the position of it
Mm-hmm.
still makes a difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this asymmetrical cursor is kind of nuts. But yeah, that's a very unique method.
It's a good sequel gimmick.
um, so yeah, I saw you writing some of your notes, and it looked like you were going about it in a very organized way. So definitely, you know what you're doing, and I think that your method is going to produce a lot of results really quickly. Um, but it's always interesting to see what other things you might need to do, in theory, to round out your skill set. But yeah, please do continue. What am I doing? Okay. Okay. Insert bad clicks. Okay, it's about to insert some bad clicks. Okay. And let's hit play. Oh no. Oh no. No. Okay, so I did it 3 times. And these are all supposed to be bad clicks. So this would be solvable with the normal thing. So maybe I just inputted the things incorrectly. Okay. Let's just comment everything out. Good. Shrub. That's a funny one. That also looks like a piece of ginger. Your shrub.
Uh-huh.
It looks like a piece of ginger root. It's very distinctly looks like ginger to me. I'll throw a picture up on stream. Can't tell me that doesn't look like ginger root. Okay. The dots are correctly dotting. Okay. So now I just need to figure out why it's so bad. Why can't I just use the other... Yeah, Marcus is back. I get to ask you my question about enLIGHTen as soon as I set up the clipkeeper. I think I'm close. So if this sets the cell right on it, I'm just gonna have to go one by one. I'm not afraid of you. So you were getting to some insights, Marcus, before you the heck just happened? No, you don't. Before you popped off, you were talking about something about recognizing other people's things and how you never do that or something.
Oh, that's for sculpting.
Yeah, the painting method or whatever.
You sculpt out shapes in the light.
Oh, you read a note. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Because lights blink on and off and on, enlighten. To sculpt something, you need to do a lot of things. Essentially, see the shape that you want to make while you're clicking lights, adding, subtracting, as the game does. Um, uh, yeah, when I click lights, I like lose. When lights go away, I like lose relative positioning.
Huh. Hold on.
I do it all the time when I.
Hold on. 1 second. Hey, hey, are you busy? Okay. Mark.
Still work until
Oh.
8.
Okay.
Why?
Marcus is talking about his how he solves enlighten and then some of the things that he's never does or has trouble with, and then he said that he loses track of things as he's clicking, and I was like, that's exactly what happened to Jess, and you're both left-handed, and I was like, well, I don't know how many similarities there are, but I'm gonna listen and see how similar, because I thought your two cases were the same.
Okay.
Are you streaming?
Well, I can hear you in the stream house. I can hear him.
Yeah,
Are you on Twitch?
yeah, we're on
Okay.
Twitch. Yeah.
I'll save my
I
second
just turned
joke.
your guys'
Okay.
Yeah, I already knew it. I was gonna say it, and I was like, too easy.
Okay.
Two of them have jokes.
I'm done.
Oh, dangerous.
We're
Okay.
not ready for this Twitch. Anyway,
Yeah, so keep going.
I think I was doing that yesterday with salt.
Oh, yeah, sprinkle
Salt
salt. Sprinkle salt.
It's symmetric. It's a symmetric solve. So what you do on the
Top.
kinda, it's like top and left right.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
it's both diagonally symmetrical and vertically symmetrical. I believe I said the words correctly.
But when I click one half, I lose positioning of the second half. Because on that one, you like the solution is for clicks. I think you click out the corner, the L in the corner. So you click the corner, click one above the corner, click one to the left of the corner.
Mm-hmm.
On opposite sides. So it's bottom right and then up left. So when I click one side, I just like lose all orientation for the second one. I'm like, whoa, which side do I click on?
That's so
And I
interesting.
think I like click on the same side. I'm like, what happened to my shape? And even the shape doesn't look like
That is so interesting.
it's supposed to be symmetric. And you should
Yeah.
be able to obviously see it's not, but
Mhm.
I still can't even see that. I'm like,
That's
it's weird. I guess it's supposed to look weird then.
It's so interesting. Like, all three of us draw. Like, we've been drawing since we were kids. I've always drawn from reference, and I feel like you've always been. You use reference, but you doodled and drew more from your head than I ever did. That's kind of like what Jess is like. She leans more into the from imagination than from reference. But then when I was watching her play and she'd be clicking just like you said, she would doing something symmetrical, and she loves symmetry. And then she would get like lost and she would misclick or whatever when she's going at it, and I was like, that's so crazy. Like, in my mind, I'm like, it's right. I mean, like, every time you go down, you go up. Every time you go left, you go right. And but what you're saying mirrors what she said and what I've observed, like, exactly. And there is something about left and right branded people, communication and left-handed people, and it's interesting that these two stories, because I thought your two hang-ups with enLIGHTen at this time were the same, but then now hearing you describe the same thing, I'm like, well, that sounds exactly the same, and now I'm putting more pieces together. It's interesting.
I was also going to say that I also can rotate things in my head just fine,
Mhm.
but it's like the sequence that I forget.
That's interesting.
Like, I learned auxiliary views and how to draw 3D objects and
Uh-huh.
show them. I did that in high school and in college, so I can do that fine, but
Mhm.
then it's like I can visualize it with no problem, but it's like visualizing the whole marathon is kind of a trouble.
That's interesting. One of my one of my thoughts, just that classic story about training people to draw what they see and then how their brain works. And it was, I want to see if I can get a quick picture of it because it'll explain what I mean. Let's call it drawing exercise star. Okay, so it's called brain or mirror drawing or whatever. It's a psychology thing. It's a whatever thing. But I'm showing the picture right here. I'll get there out of the way. They basically ask you to draw a star, like by tracing the lines, I guess, and then everyone can do it. Everyone can draw a star or whatever. And then they're like, okay, now do it again. But the only thing you can look at is the mirror. So you can see a picture here where the direct line to the paper is covered up, but the mirror reflects the star on the page. And you're like, cool, I'll just use this mirror to draw. But the results you get are something that's a lot like I guess this, like really wobbly, unsure lines, like falling all over the place. But the interesting trick is, like, you're supposed to orient yourself to the star in the mirror and then draw a star because you always drawn stars. Like, you orient to the tip and you're like, well, diagonally down, do it, and you should draw it straight from your mind. But this exercise demonstrates the difficulty and the subtle difference between drawing out of your head and drawing based on observation. Basically, it's using different parts of your brain. And I think that's the core of what we're getting at here with your example. You could draw a star with your eyes closed. Everyone can if you can draw a star, but all of a sudden you put them in front of the mirror and they're using the wrong system to do the task, right? If you can draw with your eyes closed and you can draw with your eyes open, it's not the same to draw with your eyes, I guess you could say, discombobulated or confused or whatever. Like, it's just because you think you know what you're seeing doesn't mean it's the same. And you need to make sure the conditions line up to use the correct technique in the correct situation. That's what that reminded me of. And I think I see it in enLIGHTen all the time when I have the picture click in my head and I have the image in my head. And anytime I'm like, flip. Like, sometimes I just kind of close my eyes to what's on the screen and go click, 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 click. I don't even know what it looks like. I just know where my clicks are. Other times I'm like, follow all the lights on the screen. Who cares what the clicks are? But knowing which one to switch into instantly or whatever is a powerful thing. And Tony, I think, was very reliant on direct observation, so he had a hard time doing the clickety-click thing. Some people memorize clicks real hard, but then they have a hard time seeing the daily two and seeing hidden shapes because they're so used to just being like, memorize the clicks, it's all in my head, recognize the shape name and go for it. But like, it's so much in between. It's what the game tests you on. It's what the game tries to get you to exercise, and I think your story is pulling that out, or highlighting it, or punching it, or hyper beaming it, or something.
Hyper. Yeah.
It's so interesting. I was trying to. So there was this other theory I had, who knows if it's connected, but I've rarely seen anyone play enLIGHTen who felt like everybody else had the answers and they didn't. Because if you truly felt that way, like every note that you found, you're like, sweet, like this person's getting me out of a hole. Every method, you're like, I gotta take it because I got nothing. Like, my method's trash and their methods are great. If you found that person, that's pretty much what you might expect. But everyone has their own method, and by the time they get like midway through the game or whatever, you're used to the puzzles, you're used to how things work, and you're used to kind of like a smooth enough difficulty curve. So I think everyone kind of cements or defaults into their own method. Part of what makes mastery difficult and is that you one method isn't going to get it done. There's no one method that'll give you mastery based on the way I made the daily challenges and things. So you have to have more than one. And if you're the kind of person that just does your default and just tries to refine it, you will plateau. You have to jolt yourself out of that. And one way I do it is just seeing that other people think differently,
see differently, solve differently. I'm just like, cool, and I just start collecting them. I mean, it's no wonder that I made all these features in the game in the first place with friends system and notes. I'm like, I have to have this in the game because this is how this systematizes how I think and how I learn. And if somebody says something funny like that shape looks like a blah blah blah, I'm like, sweet, I'll remember it forever. I have my name and their name and somebody else's name, and it's like grab it all, agree to delete, right? Um, and I feel like if there's a natural inclination to favor your own method or like want to stick with your method and see it quote unquote to the end, there is no end. And I think that's where a lot of times people plateau. So a 180-degree shift would just be like, I'm only going to do what other people show me, what they suggest, how they solve it. I'm going to do their way. If they solve reticule by going into bow tie, I'm going to do it. If they solve reticule going to defibrillator, then I'm going to do it. But like being conscious enough of what you're doing and what somebody else does, shift entirely into it at will, is the same thing we're kind of training Tony on too. Like, we need you to be conscious. We need you to be conscious so that when you're conscious, you can make a choice and have your decisions be the differentiating factor. But the only way you can do that is if you collect multiple people's ways of doing things on a small scale and on a large scale. Yeah. And like I said, that painting method where you kind of like, if you're trying to draw a shape from scratch, you kind of, I'm doing it on stream. It's so much easier to, and you can see it on Discord, I think. Am I streaming on Discord? No, here we go. Share screen. It's so much easier to visualize it with this new cursor. But this is the painting method as Tony described it. You look at the top part of your cursor, and if you want to make a smiley face, you start on the top row, and then you put it on the next row, and you paint. You only look at the tip of your brush, right? And then you go on the second row, and you only eliminate the things you need to eliminate or add. I can't get that one. So, and then you do the same in the next row. And then the last row, to the best of your ability, right? And that's the painting method. And you notice how if you only focus on the tip, in this case the tip of the dart. Oh, thanks for playing, Zara. That was great. If you only focus on the tip, you don't worry about all the weirdness that it looks like. Like, look at all this weirdness that's happening underneath the thing I'm trying to draw. It's kind of the same with drawing. When you build up images from construction shapes and basic 3D forms, and you draw like a line down the page to get the horizon, blah blah, and you could say like, oh, that horizon line looks weird. It just shows that, I'm building it up from scratch. You're like, who cares? At some point, if you focus enough on the subject matter, the form, the goal, that all those little steps along the way kind of melt away, right? And that's why when you see other people's sketches, you're like, whoa, so cool. They still have the lines on it. They can have a line directly down the face. I'll show you a picture. Where's the dog? The dog! Richard Hakeem. So this is my Instagram. And I drew a picture of two dogs. And since I was still just trying to practice or whatever, I drew a line down the face of one. Here we go. I drew the circles to make their heads, and this is all in ink. I can't erase it. And then when you look at this picture, like, people hardly see the construction line there or the other construction lines I drew. Like, you focus on the subject. That's it. It's not even that big of a deal, but it can feel like it's this horrible thing. I'll show you the another picture. Okay, so this is the one that I drew the construction lines with, but you probably didn't even notice it until I pointed that out. I don't know who's watching, doesn't matter, but still. The head is a round circle, perfectly round. You can actually see it once I point it out. And then the nose is another circle, and then a boxy shape underneath. And then I think that's about all I did to get the basic construction down. But those lines are still right there in the picture, and like nobody sees it. So you're always going to be the one that is most aware of your own mistakes. Piano playing, art, whatever. But the thing is, you focus on the goal. I think that potentially eliminates some of that wavering and that confusion, like we saw with the star drawing. Like the goal is something I know, the goal is something familiar. Then don't worry about the rest, and that's a specific skill, I think, or something or something. Cool. I'm just gonna stream a little bit more here. The part of the enlightened part was like recognizing that these hurdles people go through, everyone does, but they go through them at different degrees and they have different ways of snapping themselves out of it. And getting people just a little bit more conscious. It's about being conscious of the fact that, you know, they're not a unique snowflake. You are. Oh, whoa. We got Swake on stream. You're on stream, by the way. If you want me to take you off stream, just let me know. I'll take you out.
No problem.
Oh. But yeah, we were just talking about enlighten. We were talking about learning. That's kind of the theme of the week. The play of the day. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think one thing that helps people realize that, you know, they're more similar than they are dissimilar with their learning is to actually, you know, see somebody else play a line from scratch, and that helps. Okay, so that worked. Now let's get the last one to work. Ugh. Bing, bing, bang, 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 bing. Yeah, let us know if you have any questions, Swake, or just what's up, or anything you want to talk about. Cause
I just came in to see what's up. I didn't realize you were streaming, but it's pretty cool. You're programming right now, or?
yeah, so I made a mod version of a game that I had made like 4 years ago. So I made this golden version because it's like a new game plus for everyone who's played the game already, and we're re-examining some of the things that we learned from playing the game the first time using this version. So it's been a lot of fun. Does it work? Does it work? Daily challenge works. Oh my gosh. It works. It works.
Easy peasy.
Just rage for many hours and then it fixes itself.
Well, I did come in here, so you're welcome.
That's not it. So my other instinct, my ultra other instinct. Yep. I used to hate that, and now I love it. It's because kids are stupid.
I'm always terrible at these types of games.
Now's your chance. to be terrible again. I couldn't fix this sound glitch. It's like replaying the song every time I make a click. Bothers me on a deep level. Just deep. Lore so deep.
Are you using an engine?
Game Maker.
Oh, okay.
As far as the music thing, I know I screwed something up. I just don't know what it is. That's not it. What am I need to read here? What am I need to read here? No! Hayden, get me out of this. Wait, Curse Nihon Jewel! You solved this clicking samurai. So samurai is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. No. The cursed jewel. You solve it with the samurai. Where is it? Samurais. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, that's not it. Pass. I failed. I failed us. Man. That's not good. So this one probably goes in here. This one probably goes in here. Oh, this is the... No, this is not the... Ah!
Seems like a hacker's screen looking for a movie. Debug,
Ah!
random visuals, code, random screens with faces on
it. Who says I'm not a hacker?
Random system ties.
Yeah, let me know what's up, Hayden.
Not too much. I had to run more errands today, but I did get
books.
I went through added English in the Thinkific thing. I added a decent amount of stuff.
Cool. This one doesn't look like it follows the rules. Cool. Found the culprit. Get the frick out. Copy paste insert bad clicks all the way down below the final. Where's this one? So I'm gonna do it till the last galaxy is in peace. Insert bad clicks, copy, random click, insert bad clicks inside of it. Go all the way down to the last Metroid. The galaxy is at peace. And that's how you make games.
And that's how they do it at the Daily News.
Restore blind mode, error loading. I don't know why people are getting this error, Hayden, when they go into gold and have the master file as a friend. But that's a big deal.
I have no idea.
Edit dark gray notes. Zara wants to edit the dark gray notes. How do I even find out where that is in the script? So every time you save a note, it goes into the My Notes grid. And with My Notes, we can save the type, which is methods is 2. So all I have to do is go My Notes, comma, 9, and I'll find it. So ds grid get my notes, comma 9. Okay. Grade 1 my notes 9. Okay. And then we're only looking for the place where it checks. So we have to say if equals 2. Check if it's a solution, blah, 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 blah. Filter for questions equals 5. If the node is a solution, here it is. Or the node is this, temporary no click equals 1. Oh, so that's C buttons. We don't know C buttons. So this is when creating the buttons again. I hate it when sometimes I make a switch statement so I can't freaking use my if I equals 2, if ds grade kit my nodes 9 q num equals I. We just need
It's cold.
widget step click library all. Type in method. No. Let me spell correctly. This is to define shape to create a method note section of the uneditable tags to column 18 of my notes. Found the right of justice. I'm sure you did. Okay. Whether or not it's gray, either is created in when the note is created or in the tag itself. So I think it's when the note's created. So it should be note grid spread or something like that. Click display, hashtag, C button, my map note column. It should be this. Yep, I'll comment it out. Click the filter, okay, then it makes a whole bunch of notes, right? Spill out the things, okay. Now we gotta check if my note 9? 9. Let's see if anyone even checks that. No one does. No one cares then. How does he even determine that? We can type in, what is the thing that makes it no click? So the thing that determines it in the oh, can't fix that anytime soon. Let's give the old game another whirl.
Can I just snack one more quick?
Nice. Let me show you the rainbow that's coming in version. Huh?
Rainbow.
Well, it's coming in version 8.2.0. Interesting. So now when you click the friend feature, it blinks out all of them except for the ones that are currently imported from your friend file, so you can kind of see them easier. And then when you do that, I made it to where all the puzzles, be quiet. I made it for all the puzzles have the color of the creators. And they're kind of faded out when you can perfect them. So these need to be perfected still. So now purple is mine. Yours is light blue, Hayden. See that? See that monopoly? Hayden doesn't see the monopoly.
What, my sister was talking to me?
Oh, I wasn't even streaming it too. Rude. See that monopoly, Hayden?
Monopoly? No.
Okay. Click in the stream.
Rainbow! What does it mean?
What do you think it means?
It means that oh, different people.
Yeah, yours are light blue. That's your color.
Yeah.
Purple's mine. Ikamarek. Firecakes, gold. And Zara has a different color, and I'm going to assemble his soon. But yeah, if you get the master key working for your file, you'll get all these, and once I update the new version, which has all the dailies. Alright?
Who is this working now?
Yeah, it's working now.
Whoa.
And then daily 2 should be working now. So convert this into 3 dots. Oh my gosh, really? That should have worked. Why is this here? Convert this one into whatever. So just going with what we know about the puzzle. Not that one. I probably already made a click that's wrong. I can tell by the movement. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I think it's slightly broken, but it's close. So let me check it out. Oops. The random scramble? Whoa. Puzzle scramble creation. Another bad clicks. I need to unify the stupid code. It's in all these places.
Unify the 5 nations.
And when we needed the most, he showed up and he was annoying. Hey guys.
Fire.
Fire.
Fire. Everything was in harmony to the avatar.
Yeah, everything was great until the avatar showed up. Man, that just it says so much. It's so little.
Fire Nation propaganda.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. Well, what about him? Okay, yeah. Fire. Fire. Fire.
Oh.
What? You alright?
I was laughing myself to death.
Oh,
Every
joke.
Everything was great till he laughed himself. So I just improved the puzzle scramble there. Any other features, Hayden? It looks like everything you want.
You say something about Pramble Scramble?
Puzzle scramble. So I don't limit the daily challenge 3. Oh no! Oh yeah, it sucks. Well, that's another thing I'll have to fix. Daily Challenge 3 has all these errors that if you don't have enough puzzles in of a certain type, it kind of like just it breaks instead of just picking a default puzzle like a piece of trash. I won't push this tonight, but I'll fix daily 3. Daily 4 and daily 5 still work. Daily 4 is from scratch, and 5 is just moving from one to the other. It's very difficult. But daily 5 I need to actually fix. Main grid maker. Main grid maker, and then it makes this is the thing that controls the mode type. Time's up for daily challenges. Actually, this doesn't. It's the player 1 data. Okay, so when it room start create code, is it gonna make all the modes? I don't know how other video games are made. I just can't see any other way of making something that fiddles with data so much. Like it's just so much data that it has to be scripts and sheets like this.
Yeah, I mean, once you hit a certain complexity, there's really no great way to organize it. It's inevitably going to be a mess.
God damn.
Daily 3 is what? Which mode? I think I have a cheat sheet in my grid 1. You scroll down till you see the word daily. Yeah, daily 3 is week patterns, which is mode number 4. So all I have to do is say if global mode equals 4. First we'll try equals 4. That means it's recent code. That's loading in the score, and that's for logging in the score. So we need to do global mode equals 4, which is the old way I did it, and it's less precise, but now I have a timestamp. It was in main grid maker. Weak side creation. This is just sorting stuff. Okay. So this is basically the code I have to check and have a default. So if your grid is this, and it's going to be looking at, so ds grid my grid 5 is where all the data is stored. So how's it even pulling up the stuff? It just copied my grid 5 into my grid W. Okay. Okay. Making another grid for sorting. Another one? Alright, that's what this is. Only accepting puzzles that are at least 4 clicks. Maybe changed to. 2 and 1. My grid 5 column 2 is if it's unlocked, and 1 is if it's minimum clicks. Okay? And then we're just setting it up. Huh? We sort it again and create an array with the least 10 leasting puzzles. So, does anybody wanted to change this, by the way? I didn't like the way Daily 3 worked before so much. Where people are like, it's the same puzzles, I haven't seen it. It's because they keep not seeing it, right?
Well, I suppose.
So it needs to be like with...
I don't. It's.
It needs to have a broader range or some kind of randomizer. Because sometimes Daily 3 gave you the same puzzle, you're like, ha, 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 ha. Just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean I don't know how to ace it. need to have seen the shape at least once in order to put it in. So what's column 4 doing for us? Times encountered. Okay. I don't even know what global user challenge is. I think this is. I had a switch in the original enLIGHTen somewhere in there that if you click the button, it adds all your user created shapes to all the daily challenges, which kind of like changes the pool. But if you're looking for a challenge, you can add a whole bunch of crazy shapes in.
All right, I need to make my um.
Brian, turkey time.
No, I already made it. Oh, I'm gonna take a picture from Red Turkey.
Mm.
I'm gonna ask you guys for 5 names in a minute. You guys are gonna give me 5 different names. Kind of sloshing all over the floor. Thanks to the dye, you can see the parts where the brine didn't freaking get on the turkey.
You know what? I can just make daily 3 just random puzzles of a certain click.
No matter how hard I try, I was pixel of the brain.
What was my error message then? Why did they kick me out? It says error out of range. Least seen is that script.
Like an arrays over, you went over an array's boundaries.
Mm-hmm. It's a variable 0, 1 when the range is 1, 1. Least seen. So I'm increasing the array right here, but the least seen count is just 0. And it was supposed to kind of tick up every time it filled something. So did it get 0? I think it got 0 in there, which means this needs to not filter out those puzzles. So let's see. With the 10 least seen puzzles. Why am I setting these vars inside of the loop?
Keep them in scope. It depends on what you want to do.
If lowest equals 0, then the lowest equals I. Oh, this should be outside of the loop. Low count. I don't even use low count. This will be it. Any other cool? Oh, I can shut the stream down. This is just goofiness, and nobody's gonna play. But yeah, thanks Zara for playing and explaining some of your stuff. There's this attitude about learning that I want to try to promote, and it's the opposite of how people try to get through high school and stuff. The attitude is absorb as much as you can and learn as much as you can. People are so greedy in RPGs, they'll go after any shiny thing that's halfway across the freaking map just to collect it, just in case. And then they need to be like that with learning. Then you'd be like, wait, somebody had a method? Where? And just run, like, give me that. I don't even know if I'm going to use it. Doesn't matter. Give me that. Put it in my pouch. Hold on to it to the end of the game and not use it. Yeah. Like, that is the attitude that I want. Because there's no point. I mean, I don't. I mean, yes, learning is effort, and it feels kind of counterintuitive when you're saying like, "Hey, try to learn more so that learning is less effortful." But that's just how it works. That's why the reason it's counterintuitive is pretty easy to understand, and that's why most people aren't smart. They are following their gut rather than talking to their gut and trying to figure out something. Are you compiling like a chicken? Hurry up.
Are you ready with them names?
You need 5 random names?
Yep.
All right. Tell me when.
One of them. Well, I have to type them in. So just give me one now.
Elizabeth.
Tad.
Hey, I said one at a time. I gotta type it.
Never types it.
Wait for me, guys. Never types it. Wait for me. Is he sleeping? Alright, next one.
Next name? Tad.
I would never make Tad in me. But... Next one.
Charlie.
Charlie bit me. Alright, next one.
Go ahead.
Darius.
Darius.
Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Eyes.
Oh,
Alright, next one.
Ping.
Big ping.
I don't want to take him anywhere.
Alright, last one.
Gretchen.
Who will pay for this?
Captain Planet. Wheeler. Mati. I fixed it, Hayden. I can even change it to include user-created shapes.
Big Gretch.
It was getting 0 and just going... What'd you find, Marcus?
What I find?
Okay, I don't know why you're using the names.
Oh, I needed to name my citizens.
Okay, cool. There we go, reverse bite. Help me, Hayden.
What? Reverse bite?
Mm-hmm.
Your stream's gone.
Gosh,
Still
darn
there.
it.
What are you talking
I mean, it's on
Oh,
Twitch.
I'm on
It
Twitch.
is?
Twitch. Hold
Yeah,
on.
Oh,
Twitch.
on Twitch? I can go to Twitch.
No, this is faster. Or it's more responsive, I should say.
Don't... Or, oh, I don't know if I've solved that one from that direction.
Hopefully it's not rotating them. No, I know that's solvable. Okay, how do I solve the cur? Wait, let's try again. Ah, finally, one I can do. Ah, Metroid. Nope. Nope. What am I doing? Nope, that's what I just did. Nope.
Maybe.
Nope.
Maybe.
What? What was I doing when I was discovering this? I have no mnemonics, I just didn't get that far.
Yeah, I'd try to collapse it that way. Nice.
Do we ever figure this out? Oh, it's a mirror pattern, so whatever I do needs to be mirrored along the diagonal. There's only so many things that can be done there. So... No! Trash.
Yay!
Well,
What is you? Reset. Tetris under stairs. I think I need to do that.
Oh.
Get out of my face. Golly.
so Richard activating his hollow. How can you say makes that sound?
Well, that was a good challenge. I could tell I just have like a few pieces. Oh no, I went below the 85 threshold, and now they're gonna make me make a note. Secret button. I ain't doing none. Okay, so 2 works. This is supposed to be a scramble. Hey, this is a scramble. No. Yeah, there we go. You're trying to trick me with your... Oh. Oh. It's working.
Nice.
So, Itsy Bitsy is right there. Gone fishing. Thanks, Crystal, or whoever. I'd be cool if it was the same color here, so you can be like, I know your color, Crystal. Thanks. I know that there's these certain shapes now that I can fill. It's these holes. And then not that one. I mean, it's normally not supposed to expand this way. For good reason. For first bite. Golly. You want to? Oh, I'm supposed to be converting these. What? Which one am I doing? Oh, that was dumb. music. Reset. So which way is this going?
What's he?
I can't even see it.
Red, brunette, blonde. I don't even see the code. You can see the lights.
That's not it. Well, I know this L. This is the evolutionary L, or L-evolutionary. Oh, look, another pupper. That's a fun one. Reset. I can build it out of nothing if I just get close. This is not close. I don't know how to get rid of this massive junk. Dang it, I'm dead. All it was this. So how does that help me solve? I probably should have done that. To help me clear out the ones that were probably throwing me off, I should have just put it in and then looked around the negative space. It's 70s, 40s. I want to save that pupper. Oh, it's whenever I hesitated. So, right here. Pupper. Yep. Okay, so those work, that works, that works. From scratch probably works and random works. You guys are in for a treat. Time to close it down and stop the stream. Later.